So my workspace really needs a makeover. What's up and welcome to my channel. I'm Delilah. Hey, what's up? Anyway, so you probably haven't seen my space before because I don't usually show it in the videos, but it's super messy and disorganized and could use a lot of work, as I said. So I'm going to try to elevate it, if you will, and I'm going to try to stick to a $200 budget because, well, I am super broke and 200 bucks is a lot of money for me already. So let me show you what it looks like right now. So this is my very messy workspace. Clearly something is not working if I can't keep this thing organized like ever. And to be honest, it has been messier before, which is not a good thing. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this whole makeover thing, because I need to get better about cleaning and organizing the space, which means everything on this desk needs to have its own designated space that's easy for me to put things away. Yeah, like I said, it could use some work. So here's the plan. So this is my current messy work desk. I know it's not pretty, but that's why we're doing this. So I'm going to draw over it so you can see exactly what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to shift my desk to the left so that I can add a shelf next to it on the right side, and that way I'll have more room to work. Since I'm moving my desk over, I'll probably have to remove the floor lamp because there won't be any more space for it. I'm also planning on moving the corkboards that I have behind my computer on that wall to the wall on my right side, so that way I actually have more access to them. So some of the items I'll probably have to get from my workspace are a wall sconce, because if there's no room for the floor lamp, then I'll have to put some kind of lighting against the wall. I'm also going to buy a desk pad to protect the surface of my desk. Also, I need to get a 2-tier monitor stand because I want to have a place to store my laptop. And I want to get a mail holder, but I want to use the mail holder to hold my notebooks upright. That way I don't have to just keep stacking my notebooks on my desk and moving it every time I actually need to work on my desk. In addition to that, I'll probably also get a couple of new pieces of decor, most likely for the shelf that's above my workspace. Now, originally, I was just gonna make over my workspace and not film it or anything, but I figured there were some tips that could be helpful for anybody else who wants to do the same. So I started filming, but I actually started working on this workspace a couple of months ago. So when I went to IKEA, my hair was a lot shorter than this. So I'm going to show you some footage of my shopping trip, so don't be alarmed if you see that my hair looks shorter and then all of a sudden got longer again as you watch this video. Okay, so I just parked. I'm going to go inside and hopefully get everything from my list. I'll check it off as I go along too. But also, just a side note, this is my first time filming in public, so I'll probably look crazier than I normally do. But you know, it's the risk you take with having to film like that. So let's go check out IKEA and hopefully check off everything from my list. I like to start my IKEA shopping trips by taking a stroll around the showrooms, especially the little apartments that they have. This one's always my favorite, the one that's under 500 square feet, because it's the kind of size apartment I would love to have living in New York one day. Hello! I also like to sit in the room sometimes and just take the surroundings in to get some ideas for different decor and storage solutions. Then it was time for me to go down to the marketplace so I could start grabbing the items and checking them off my list. I grabbed a cart and hopefully grabbed things along the way without passing the things that I needed. And then as I shopped, I added more and more stuff to my cart. Then afterwards, it was time to check out and take everything home. So anything that I end up buying for this video and specifically for my workspace, I'll leave a link below in the description if it's still available. If not, I'll put something in the description that is close to what I bought. So hopefully you'll be able to find it so you can buy it if you need it too. Okay, so the desk is clear now, including the shelf above the desk. It's kind of weird to see it this way. I can even see my corkboard more now. That was originally just 4 squares of corkboard that I put tape down and just painted a pattern onto it. So if anybody ever wants to spruce up some corkboard, you can do the same thing with acrylic paint and painter's tape. I also added the shelf on the side, as you can see. This had to be cut custom, so I had to buy a piece of wood and then get it cut to the right size that I needed it. My dad was a huge help with that. he also helped me screw it into the wall. So part of the reason I decided to add a shelf next to my desk is because, one, I didn't want to buy a new desk because my desk already functions. Two, even though it's functional, my desk is tiny. And three, I'm trying to save some money here. So adding a shelf next to my desk was sort of an inexpensive way to expand my workspace without having to buy a whole new piece of furniture. So if you're ever having any issues with a tiny little work desk, maybe try doing the same thing and it could work for you too. So you may see a few changes now. It's starting to come together. First, let me tell you about my computer tower. I moved it from underneath my desk to next to it, which gives me a lot more leg room. And then I'm going to move up to the top. This picture frame over here, I actually got it from a thrift store for $5, which is not bad at all. The artwork that you see inside of it, I just did it quickly on my computer and then printed it out on 2 pieces of paper because it's an 11 by 14 frame, so 8.5 by 11 was not going to fit. Next to it are the set of lamps. They were actually from Amazon. I got them on sale for $20, which is not bad at all. I had to get a lamp though because if you notice, with the shelf on the wall, I had to move my desk over, which means the lamp had to move over, which means that lamp was sitting right in front of my door. And while I was trying to find something to replace it, I kept running into it every single time I walked in the door, which was not fun, especially in the dark, because then let's just say it was kind of a domino effect. So luckily I found these lamps. It took a while, but I found them and it's working out so far. Another thing is I added this, the 2-tier monitor stand, and over here, these are the placemats that I got from Walmart. I just cut them down to size. I also moved the cork boards from this part of the wall to here. I just stacked them because they're really thin, so there's actually 2 cork boards on each part. And while we're on the subject, this over here is actually a vision board that I made. I just used a template from Canva and just filled in a lot of the stuff that I want to work towards this year. I tend to make a digital one and print it out every year just to remind me of my goals. But I do have one that I made with paper cutouts and whatnot, which you probably have seen. Let me show you. So this is the background you usually see whenever I'm talking to the camera, and this over here, that is my vision board. I made it with a whole bunch of magazine cutouts and whatnot. It does take a while, but there are some tips that I have to make it go a lot faster and to make it easier. So if you want to see a video like that, just leave me a comment in the description below, and I'll show you a couple of tips to make something like this a lot easier for you. Okay, so far so good. The last step now is just to put it all together. Here's a full list of all the items that I bought for my workspace, including how much each item cost and where I bought them from. So adding it all together, the total ended up being $192.76. So I was definitely under budget, which means I get to go to McDonald's. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, and ring that bell if you want to be notified of my future videos, because I could really use some support. And that support that you can provide is free. Hopefully next year I'll be able to put out videos more often, but I'm still just getting the hang of recording and editing all these videos. So, just bear with me. You're gonna see them. They're coming. All right. Okay, thanks again. Bye. And just try to And I keep messing up my words. I'll even leave a link on the, oh God, I can't talk today. I got a little left money and I can't talk today. Some kind of container to store a particular object. What was that? So when I went to IKEA a few months ago, I had a list again. I will not laugh much. I failed. $101, that was sort of hacky. Did I record? Oh, I'm recording. So I added up all of the math. Okay, try again.